does get old. I'm trying to do a serious wrestling review show. Yeah, because I feel like I'm carrying this. Either do it right or that's going to keep happening.
One of these days.
One of these days what? Just do the promo.
Welcome to this edition of the Raw Review.
It's like working with an amateur, folks.
I'm
I
Kevin.
do apologize.
This is Eric.
The best one ever. Best in the world
Follow us on Twitter.
at what I do.
You know the drill.
I don't know what you do.
You know the drill. Starting off Raw this week. Surprisingly, actually, started off with Shawn Michaels and Triple H confrontation.
Shawn Michaels acted like he was happy about Triple H accepting the match. Of course, he was just kind of building everybody up to the point where he wanted to hear or see why exactly or what exactly tripped trigger.
Trigger.
It trips trigger.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's what I do. I don't see you making up catchphrases. I trip trigger.
I don't have to.
Anyway, it was good. We did find out that Shawn Michaels was going to be the guest ref.
We've heard that rumor for going on.
And it was they kind of just threw it in there.
Yeah, it was no lead up to it. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm a special guest referee.
Obviously, we're going to have confrontations between Shawn and Triple H, and then next week we know we're going to see Shawn and Undertaker, so we're going to see that confrontation. So all this build up back and forth for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, looks like they're going to play the "you better not screw me over, you better not screw me over" type deal.
Both are going to do it.
Yeah.
Although Shawn did say tonight he knew who was going to win, he was going to be right again because he's the guest ref. So it's almost like he's planning on somebody winning.
Yep. We'll see how that turns out.
I don't see how he could screw anybody really because it's not like he's going to wrestle again, so they can't get any kind of
hell in a
revenge.
cell. There's no
rules,
no DQs or anything. So
anyway, then we had a surprise match. It was announced before Raw went on the air on a couple of websites. U.S. Heavyweight Championship belt, Swagger versus Santino Marella. A lot of confusion during the match.
There was just too many people out there to start with, and I understand they're playing the whole Laurinaitis, Teddy Long angle again, but come on, man, enough's enough.
He did have this show didn't have enough Dolph Ziggler in it for me, although he wasn't even in the match, and yet he was up on the apron a couple times. He pretty much carried the match.
He really did.
Kind of like I carry this wrestling review.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler did do a good job and everything. And anyway, you had Santino actually pinning Swagger to become your new U.S. champion.
Hence the Santino Marella theme song. So congratulations to Santino Marella.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you, sir. Appreciate all the hard work you do. Great amateur background there. Great and so over with the fans right now.
Yeah, he really
it's fun
is.
to watch
Big
him.
pops everywhere.
And legitimately got teary-eyed.
Yeah, he really did.
I thought Eve did a good job getting the waterworks going.
Santino said...
He was balling.
Yeah, said, I'm the professional here, so...
Yeah, kind of like I say that. Anyway, moving right along. You had a Rock promo.
Yeah, history lessons all night tonight.
It's kind of bored.
It's
At
getting,
that point, kind of bored.
It's getting the same old, I'm great, you're not. I'm going to beat you.
Yeah.
You're not going to beat me.
And then you had Alicia Fox in the ring. So you knew she wasn't going to win.
Yeah, you knew that was...
And then Eve coming down, who pinned her in a very nice way. It was fun. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, flashback.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Get your mind on it.
I'm good.
Review.
Ready.
Then you have a little stare down with Eve and Kelly.
Yep.
Obviously, that's probably going to lead to something eventually. Then you had Zack Ryder surprise come out.
He
Did his
too hot on the cane.
Somebody needs to tell that guy how to walk with a cane and at least act like he's hurt.
Yeah.
He's walking straight leg instead of walking like he's got a hurt leg.
Yeah.
It was just bad. Then they went to Eve chasing Ryder backstage, saying she needed to talk, making out with him hardcore John Cena ECGA style.
Yeah.
And he was happy about it. Obviously, she's using him. She's not going to go back to a good guy at this point. She's going to be a heel for a while. I'm actually okay with that just because it's something different.
Yeah, it really is. It's something different from her, and it's something different from all the divas right now. So.
Then we got to see an exclusive John Cena promo with nobody in the arena from earlier in the day. Very heartfelt. Talking about the importance of WrestleMania 28 and what that match is going to mean to him.
It was very realistic, and it was something different that you don't see a whole lot of from him, which was nice. So. And then after that, you run right into a tag match. Halfway through the show, you had CM Punk tagging up with Sheamus versus Chris Jericho and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, fast paced from the get-go, a lot of action. I tell you what, if they could have been given more time in a longer show, that could have been a heck of a tag match. we were talking about that during the match. How do you book something like that? Because you don't want either four of those to look weak. Mm-hmm. No, you don't want anybody taking the pin. And surprisingly, CM Punk took the pin.
Yeah, and
Chris Jericho rolled him over at the last second to get a legitimate win, not a cheating win. Yeah. He just beat him.
And not only that, it's like you said earlier, no one looked weak coming out of that. It's just like, hey, he got one on you. He looks beatable.
Yeah, it does make him beatable. It does show that Jericho can beat Pin, even if he doesn't knock him out. He can roll him up, something like that. Outsmart him. Yeah, if you want to use that term. But it was certainly interesting. I didn't see Punk getting pinned coming.
I didn't either. Not
which was kind of refreshing.
Yeah, it was something different. It wasn't something you're expecting going 4 weeks out from WrestleMania now. So something nice.
Yeah, obviously it's just going to build more heat towards that, which again, more than okay with.
Oh yeah, they're doing. I think they're doing a fantastic job with the booking so far.
And you think
leading into this,
and I know for myself, and I can't speak for anybody else. I just know what I read and how we talk, and know what I feel. I want them to be at the climax of a feud now. Yeah. And I forget, we've still got 4 weeks till Mania.
Yeah.
And it's not only do we have, 3 more Raws. We got 3 more Raws and 4 more SmackDowns.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of time left.
Yeah, there really is. It's like you said before, the WrestleMania should be the culmination of storylines. Everything coming to a close right then.
Sure. And then, do we acknowledge The Miz?
We've got to. He was on the show for 30 seconds.
He's a jobber.
It's what he's basically is.
Jobber.
He really is. He's comes out and gets squashed.
Yeah, kind of know what that feels like, don't you? Anyway, deal with it.
I am.
Get better.
I am.
Be on my level.
Got it.
I'm tired of carrying you.
Good. Quit carrying me then. Moving on. Big Show knocked him out. Got the win over that.
Good segue. Yep. Good job.
After that, though, you had Kane coming out. And
who did he wrestle?
R-Truth.
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Who won?
Kane.
Good job. Orton came out. Obviously, Kane came out and attacked Orton this past Friday on SmackDown. So Orton got the RKO this week and answered Kane saying it's good to be back. Obviously, we're going to see a Mania match with that. Yeah. And I didn't think I would be okay with it, but I kind of am. Just because I didn't see it coming. It's something different.
I would like to see some kind of stipulation match, not just a normal one-on-one type match. Because I think that match could be very well booked, given some sort of type of stipulation.
As long as they don't do a buried alive match or something to where the ending is anticlimactic. And even, buried alive matches, ambulance matches, tables matches to a certain extent. You don't have an exciting finish. There's no way to book it because a tables match, you can get pushed into it and go through it. Everything else is kind of like a last man standing match. They're just because you have the big spot, and then you have till the count of 10 for the crowd to pretty much go mild.
Yeah.
And it's just not very climactic on that. So I'm not a big fan of those in that instance. But I do agree that it'd be nice to have some kind of stipulation. I don't know that. I don't know what they could do.
I don't know either. And like I said, this feud is still kind of fresh, so they've still got several weeks, to build this up and push it towards an angle. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And then at the end, we finally had CENA coming out and The Rock having a big confrontation.
Kind of the exact opposite of last week. You had CENA out first this week, Rock coming out, interrupting him, saying his piece, getting in his face, trying to punk him, and then leaving CENA standing in the middle of the ring, which was the exact opposite of last week. It was good. It was intense.
It really was. It was very, very intense, just like you said. You could tell that. I honestly think that they just legitimately do not like it.
It seems that way.
It really does. And I don't know if it's a credit to how good those two are together or if it's real life coming through, but this has just been phenomenal to watch.
It's been a lot of fun, and it's just going to get better.
Oh, it is. It really is. And you still got 4 weeks away. It's just going to be fantastic.
So anyway, that was. It was a good Raw.
It was a good Raw. I'd say good probably 6.
The shock of Santino winning the belt that certainly helps out.
Yeah,
the points value on that. Favorite spot this week?
Probably Santino coming out on top. I like the confrontation with The Rock and CENA, but it's just going to be back and forth with them. with Santino, it was actually
the only thing I didn't like about that is the fact that what they're doing between the two GMs.
You know what's coming leading. Tomorrow.
And I'll be honest with you, I'm so kind of surprised by it, because if you would have asked me a month ago, I thought maybe in 3 or 4 months both of them would be gone. Mm-hmm. And obviously one's going to be probably permanent at both here coming up after Mania. I would assume that's what they're headed towards. Laurinaitis' team versus a Teddy Long team. Winner is controlling both shows. Yeah. And I have no idea who's going to come out on that.
I really don't either, but to me the storyline's getting old.
And it just started. That's
yeah,
kind of bad.
It's real bad. It's just, I get to the point where when they come out during a match or whenever they do, I'm just whatever.
That's what I hate. I hate the fact that it interrupts matches.
Yeah.
And it takes away from quality wrestling. Mm-hmm. I will say this: I think Teddy Long and both him and Laurinaitis are doing an okay acting job in it.
Yeah,
I mean, they are. At least in the arena, it seems to be going over.
Yeah.
There is some frustration when you're watching on TV, at least on our part, that it is interrupting a wrestling match.
Yeah.
But I think it seems to be going over okay. Again,
it may be better, like you said, if maybe they do it in between matches. Like I think the Santino Swagger match could have been great, even without that interruptions.
Or at least toned down a bit, because it really kind of, that pretty much took over.
Yeah.
That was the focal point. And I don't know if you want the focal point of a wrestling match to be outside the ring and the competitors be inside the ring.
There were 6 people outside the ring with Oxon and Vicky counting them too. And
they got into a shoving and yelling match.
It was just chaotic.
But again, Santino, he is over right now. I completely understand. I think, I'm going to go ahead and call it. I think Santino probably drops the bet on SmackDown with Laurinaitis getting involved since he's running that show. And that will lead to a Mania match between Swagger and Santino, which I guess I'm okay with. They both have amateur backgrounds. They may put on a really good show, actually. Really good wrestling match.
We'll see. I think I agree with you. I think Laurinaitis will do something to get the back.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and say my favorite part of Raw was the Boston crowd chanting Tooth Fairy going back at The Rock, which you don't see.
No, you really don't. And Boston being John Cena's hometown and everything, it just added to it.
So, Cena got booed, don't get me wrong, but it's almost like the boos have turned into a respect thing.
Yeah.
But, the crowd, once the crowd started going back and forth, you could see there was a lot of people on Cena's side. Mm-hmm. And again, I'll go ahead and admit it, I'm one of them. Maybe, I hope, whatever they're doing with Cena right now, I like it. Mm-hmm. I just hope it continues after Mania, after The Rock's gone.
Yeah, I don't want to see it come to that culmination and then just...
He goes back to the same
old thing,
kid friendly, and PG's fine. We've discussed this.
Yeah.
But just do something more exciting with this character.
A little edgy.
Kind of like you need to. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you watching the show. I do apologize for my counterpart Kevin here. Hopefully he'll be stepping up his game in the coming weeks. We do have some new subscribers. I want to say thank you to you guys for subscribing to us. Piecing together the ECGA golf tournament a while ago. It's going along nice. It's going to be fun.
Golf season has started, so.
I haven't practiced yet.
You better.
I haven't swung the clubs yet. I'm hurt. I play hurt. He's not going to do a thing about it. Guys, I hope you'll have a great week. Again, Kevin's already went over this, but I feel like I should probably do it again. Follow him at ECGA PTS Leader. Yeah. And then I'm at Top ECGA Heel. Again, I do have more Twitter followers than he does. Obvious reasons on that one. But anyway, talk to us about wrestling. We'd love to hear it. So for Kevin and myself, the ECGA, hope you guys have a terrific week. Thanks for tuning in as always. And take care. Really? Okay, fine. I'll finish it up by myself. I don't need you. Take care. Shave your hair.
Cobra!